Shalom, shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, rule well, teach well, teaching this truth in its entirety. It's your brother Kalab, also go by Hope, Grace, and Mercy. And I just wanted to do a quick lesson on, not doubting Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Remembering Yahweh Shai Mashiach's track record in all the times that he came through for you, which is every time. All right. I want to start out by getting the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 75. And it reads, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh thy power is your guide." It says again, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt." What you scared of? What you acting scared for? What is your reason for doubting Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? What has taken place at this point in time that's causing you to doubt? You should never doubt your power. You should continue to only fear your power. Never doubt. Times will come, but guess what? These times that come that causes you to want to doubt are the times where you're supposed to dig in even deeper. Dig even deeper and remember the track record of your power. All right, next I want to grab the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 25, and it reads, "Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh." Be not afraid of sudden fear. So things will arise. Some things gonna happen, and some things just happen all of a sudden. But the scripture says, be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. We supposed to be leaning on the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All of his words are faithful and true. If Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is dealing with you and he has always came through for you, then what are you doubting for? Things will happen. We know this, Reading on, verse 26. "For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken." Let's get a quick definition of the word confidence. It says, confidence is a feeling or belief in your own abilities, trustworthiness, or success, or a strong trust in someone or something else. And the one and only thing that gives us that confidence, because our confidence comes from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're not leaning on our own understanding. We're not leaning on our own ability to get things accomplished. We do the work. We trust and believe, but we also know that it has nothing to do with what we doing. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is our confidence. That's where our confidence lies. Putting on as the hopefully elect. Not knowing if we are part of that number, but doing everything in our powers to serve our powers. To serve our powers in true faith and sincerity. So when these things do arise, doubt is not going to be that, thing that takes us under, that takes us out. We trusting in our power. That's all we have. And we going to lean on him and his word. Yahweh Shai Mashiach is the only thing that we need to get through this. It ain't going to be your family. It ain't going to be your job. It ain't going to be the knowledge that you have of this world and your degrees. Because guess what? The scripture said things will arise. Fear can come suddenly. But if you don't have the faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai because you too strong out on doubt, then guess what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai ain't dealing with you, especially in the time that we living in right now. Again, Proverbs 3 and 26, "For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken." Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to keep your foot from being taken. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is the only one who saves in the times of trouble. Think back to all the times or all the situations that you found yourself in. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai took care of everything. Some things he took care of before they became as big as other things could be. Or some things happen where your back was against the wall, and guess what? Same outcome. Yahweh Shem Yahushua took care of it. I know he has always did that for me. The water Yahweh Shem Yahushua for saving me in the times of trouble. And each situation is different. You know? Like they say, new levels, new devils. You know? Each time Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, has took it to the next level, like, you know, leaving me just sitting back, just not in disbelief, because I know he saves in a time of trouble, but, you know, you just still blown away by the things that your power does for you. Next, let's jump to the book of Psalms 112, starting at verse 6. And this is in the NLT, and it reads, "Such people will not be overcome by evil." Who is that such people? The elect. The elect will not be overcome by evil. Okay? Why? Because we trusted in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Those evils don't stir up doubt, you know, inside of us. It says, such people will not be overcome by evil. Those who are righteous will be long remembered. Verse 7. Do not fear bad news. They confidently trust in the Lord to care for them. Things will happen, you know. You have people in the world, sometimes it be your loved ones, your family members, you know what I'm saying? It could be anybody next to you, and they hear about what your situation is and what they say. What you gonna do? You know? And, you know, you might tell them, hey, man, I'm putting it in the Lord's hand. The Lord got me. And, you know, to somebody who not truly trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, or, you know, a Christian, you know, that might be the cliche thing for a Christian to say, but at the same time, you know, Jesus Christ definitely can't save you in the times of trouble, you know. But we mean that when we say we're going to keep our trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua and ride it out, okay? Getting back to it, is now I'm at the verse Psalms 112, verse 8. It says, they are confident and fearless and can face their foes triumphantly, you know, without a doubt. You know, we ain't got no fear. You know, it's something inside of us. You know, we have a confidence in the true and living power. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He says they are confident and fearless and can face their foes triumphantly, whatever comes, you know. Testing trials, you know. Shit, it might be a job, it might be your family members. Hell, in the times we living in, it's gonna be in the future. It's gonna be Esau, Edom the wicked. You know, you got ICE out here. Well, maybe I shouldn't even say that word. You got ICE out here. You know, all types of things. But guess what? The elect, the ones that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is truly dealing with, the ones that seeking Him in true faith and sincerity, we have nothing to worry about. And we boast in Yahweh Shem Yahushua because, you know, ain't no doubt in us. All right, next precept is coming from the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, starting at verse 1. And it reads, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, prepare thy soul for temptation. Temptations will come. All right, verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. So don't be trying to get yourself out of this thing because you find yourself in a certain place or a certain predicament. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Constantly endure. You got to just continue in this thing. Blue Letter Bible Dictionary for the word constantly, it says meaning firm, strong. All right. So to constantly endure in this thing, you know what I'm saying? You must be firm and must be strong in this thing. You know, set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make no haste in the time of trouble. Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in thy last end, at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. It's all happening for a reason. It's already a victory at the end of this thing. It's just that, we can't see it. We know it's there, but, us as humans, we can't see past tomorrow. So going through this thing, you must constantly endure. The scriptures don't tell you constantly endure, but if this happened, then the scripture says you're supposed to constantly endure in this thing, and keep your trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So when things come upon you, you find yourself doing good one moment, then the next moment you ain't doing so good. You find yourself making this kind of money, then all of a sudden you're making less than you never made in your life. Or you find yourself having problems in your household, with your marriage, with your family, with your health. The scripture says we must constantly endure. It says, reading on, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. We gonna be tried. If you 18 karat gold, then you gonna come up out of this thing okay. But if you fool's gold, if you that gold that you got from the 7-Eleven, what you think gonna happen to you? Reading on, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy. Go through the fire. Deal with what you got to deal with. Take what you got to take. Stand in the paint for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Whatever your reward is that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has for you, or that's gonna come out for you at the end of this thing, the scripture says, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Your reward will not fail. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, they got you. The victory is already yours. But you ain't gonna never see it if you doubting. You ain't gonna never see it if you ain't got faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? Verse 9. Still in Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 9. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. We definitely want the everlasting joy and mercy. With some things, we praying to Yahweh Shem Yahushua for on this side. We still in captivity. We still have wants and we still have needs. But ultimately, the reward that we looking for, is salvation. To be saved in the times of Jacob's trouble, to be kept from the hour of temptation. But until that time comes, which is quickly approaching, we still have our day-to-day grind. So it is things that we hope for and trust and believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua for. Speaking as a man myself, I got some things that I'm praying and hoping for in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, as always. And guess what? He has always delivered, has always knocked my socks off. The few people that know about whatever I was going through or my situation, when Yahweh Shem Yahushua pulled me from the fire, those that are around me, they always be like, man, only Yahweh Shem Yahushua could have did that. And that's why we give him praise, honor, and glory. Still in the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua and was confounded? or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Like, it says, look at the generations of old, from back then on up until now. Who did the Lord, not hear that called upon his name in true faith and sincerity? It says, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? That's a question being asked. The answer is no. Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? And man, we calling upon Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We know we don't have a dog in this fight. We need our power every day, all day, more and more as the days go by. That's why I title just about everything, One Day Closer. Reading on, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sin, and saveth in the time of affliction, which is what we always going through, some type of affliction, some type of hell. We need things. Things are always changing. You can continue to just, reap the benefits and the rewards and the grace and mercy of your power, if you just continue on this walk and constantly endure. But doubt does not play a role in this thing. Doubt cannot have a spot in your car, because we like they say, we ride until the wheels fall off. Well, if you ride until the wheels fall off, then doubt shouldn't have a seat in your vehicle. We rolling on all cylinders for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. So I didn't want to make it long. Just wanted to do something quick. I'm going to end this lesson. But before I go, continue to trust in your power. Don't doubt Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The victory is coming. The victory is already ours. Keep on fighting the good fight of faith. I want to end off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom.